I never thought I'd cheer for handcuffs clicking shut, but when they snapped around Evelyn Hargrove's wrists right there on my front lawn, I popped a beer and raised it like a toast to karma's sweetest swing. It started 3 months back, when that self-appointed HOA tyrant decided my kid's lemonade stand was an eyesore violating Covenant 4.2, slapping me with a $500 fine faster than you can say neighborhood nuisance. Evelyn, Karen incarnate, with her bleached bob and perpetual scowl, had been the bane of Willow Creek Estates since she clawed her way onto the board, turning our slice of suburban paradise into her personal fiefdom. She ticketed widows for overgrown petunias, harassed the single dad next door for parking his truck in the driveway overnight, and once called animal control on Mrs. Patel's emotional support corgi because it barked too enthusiastically. Me? I was just a divorced graphic designer scraping by on freelance gigs, trying to raise my 10-year-old without turning into the villain of my own story. But Evelyn saw rebellion in my every untrimmed hedge, betrayal in my late-night barbecues that wafted smoke her way. She didn't know it yet, but I've been keeping score, documenting every petty email, every passive-aggressive sign she hammered into community polls. Report suspicious activity. Keep Willow Creek pure. Pure, my ass. It was her code for white picket perfection, excluding anyone who didn't fit her Stepford mold. The grudge simmered low until that sweltering July afternoon when the universe handed me the match. I just wrapped a client call, my laptop humming on the kitchen island, when sirens pierced the air, sharp, insistent, like the neighborhood's collective scream. Old Mr. Jenkins across the street, the retired vet who'd wave at my boy with war stories and Werther's caramels, had collapsed in his garage mid-oil change. His son, frantic, had dialed 911, and now the ambulance barreled down our cul-de-sac, lights strobing against the McMansion's vinyl siding. I bolted outside, heart pounding, yelling for someone to clear the path. That's when Evelyn emerged from her beige Prius like a storm cloud on heels, clipboard in one manicured fist, the other waving a laminated HOA violation notice. "Stop right there," she bellowed, planting herself dead center in the road, arms akimbo, as if she were Moses parting the Red Sea. In reverse. The paramedics slammed on brakes, tires screeching on fresh asphalt, their faces twisting in that universal "what the actual fuck" mask. "Ma'am, this is an emergency," the lead EMT shouted, a burly guy with a mustache that screamed, "I've seen some shit." Evelyn didn't budge. "No permit for oversized vehicles. You're disrupting the peace. Move it, or I'll have you towed." Disrupting the peace. Mr. Jenkins was turning blue back there, his son cradling his head, begging her to step aside. Neighbors spilled out like ants from a kicked hill. Phones up, live streams rolling. I edged closer, my own cell capturing every pixel of her meltdown, whispering into the group chat. HOA Hitler strikes again. The backlash hit like a viral wildfire, fanned by Evelyn's own arrogance. By evening, HOA Curran was trending in our zip code, clips of her standoff racking up shares from pissed-off locals to national busybodies. Entitled "Busybody Endangers Life," screamed the local news ticker, while Reddit's r/public freakout crowned her the villain of the week. The cops arrived not for the ambulance, but for her. Obstruction of emergency services, a misdemeanor that could have been a felony if Jenkins hadn't pulled through after 2 defibrillator zaps. She shrieked as they Mirandized her, spittle flying. "This is America. I have rights. You'll all regret this." Rights? The same ones she'd trampled for years, fining immigrants for cultural clutter like Diwali lights, shaming the queer couple for their pride flag aesthetic violation. I stood there, anonymous in the crowd, my footage uploaded anonymously to the Willow Creek Watchdog Forum I'd started in secret. Her empire crumbled overnight. Board ousted her in an emergency Zoom. Neighbors who'd kissed her ring now baying for blood. Fines reversed, apologies emailed, but Evelyn? She slunk back to her McMansion, curtains drawn, for sale sign, stabbing the lawn by August. Last I heard, she's hawking essential oils on Etsy, ranting in all-caps reviews about betrayers and sensible shoes. Bitter? She's a husk, posting passive-aggressive memes about ungrateful peasants to her 5 followers. Me? I sleep sounder now, lemonade stand thriving, hedges wild as my grudge once was. Revenge isn't a dish best served cold. It's the slow burn of watching your tormentor choke on her own rules. And damn, it tastes like justice.